Hey YouTube, this is Zoombot Prime, and I was thinking I'd play some Dragon Age Origins for you guys. I just bought the Ultimate Pack, and I wanted to play this game for a long time again. I haven't played it in such a while, and I thought maybe you guys would like to play with me. Loading, loading, loading.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. It may even be too late. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Dun dun dun. So yeah, the Darkspawn created by the hubris of men. So we brought it upon ourselves. Well, at least the mages brought it on us, and we pay for it. Hooray! But the story is about the what's about to come, and you also find that in this world, because of the things that have happened in the past and the way various different races act and stuff, is it's very unique. Um, but also you'll find that, like, while elves are persecuted heavily in this game, so are mages to a degree. But most people agree with the mage side of it because of the Darkspawn. It's like it's that bad. It's like, okay, Fuck mages. Ah, man. uh, each character, each like potential race, kind of has its own story. Um, if you pick human, you're a noble, part of the Kuzlin family, and then you pick an elf. Um, you either start off with the wood out in the woods with your kid. You'll be more of a warrior, but then you can start in the city as well, and it's kind of a different story, as you can see. Um, yeah, that's what that was. I was like, wait, each one gets different bonuses? What? No, yeah, Dalish or city. Dalish, you're with the elves out. You're out in the woods. The city, you're part of the persecuted number, and then you end up escaping, I think. And then the dwarves, which can't be mages. You're either the commoner, which I think you start off as like you're a thug basically, and you're just doing what you got to do to get by until finally one day it's just like enough's enough. And then the noble, which you're the son of in the neck of the king, and I think you're even next in line, and then you get framed by your brother. Dwarves are much more treacherous and to each other, and a lot more. I don't know, like if you watch, you'll see the whole mood of the game is, each characters are unique. Elves are not so high and mighty because of their status, although they don't like outsiders very much, so they do treat humans and stuff with hostility. If you pick a mage, whether it's an elf or human, it's a completely different starting storyline though for you, um, as opposed to the other ones, which like you could pick a human warrior or a rogue and still get the same story. But if you pick a human mage, it's you start in the mage tower, and that's part of the whole thing about mages are persecuted. Mages are not allowed to even exist in the outside world regularly. They're supposed to live in a fucking tower, and they're like, it's like, fuck you, you cannot go outside of this place. But all right, well that's that. I don't know what I want to do. Like I said, each story is unique. So if I pick like a mage, I gotta do mage stuff. If I pick a warrior, I gotta do warrior stuff. And rogue, you do rogue stuff, but it's the story. Hmm. I'll just pick a human warrior.
Greetings.
Greetings. Really well, like, made game. Just even for as old as it is, it looks good. Looks really good. Very good detail. Maybe they've redone the game since they last put it out, but it looks uh, very, very well done. I don't want him to look too young. I don't want him to look evil either. There we go. There we go. There we go. Skin tone. Yeah. He's kind of like a warrior. He's got that suntan look. He's been out in the yard practicing his sword technique or whatever, people like that do. I imagine that's what they do a lot. Back in the day, they didn't have fucking video games. So I had to do something. Even though this is not historically accurate. You know what? I'm gonna leave the tattoo off. Um, yeah, just leave it off. I like the tattoos. I just don't think I want this guy to have one. Interesting hairlines there. If I'm not mistaken, that's the hair his father's got right there. I like some of this. Like I'm looking at these and I'm remembering some of the Skyrim beards, um, like the mutton chops, which would be kind of funny right now. Right, we ready to go on an adventure, mate? That's what I see when I see that guy right there. And you know what? I'm gonna be that guy. Crikey. Let's see. Hmm. What? What? I don't think I'm gonna change much about the game here. I mean, for the most part. Hold on. There, now he has a nose that fits his mustache. Yeah, why not? Crikey. He's got a huge nose. He's not a dwarf though, but I will make it a little bigger. I don't need to make it too different. Neck thickness, because you just got to be beefy. Look at that. It's hard to actually notice because it doesn't really. That's you can like it just looks normal if you just kind of do it like this, like where it was. I don't know. I don't know. And like my second favorite thing in the character creation, the portrait. The portrait. He looks like Jeff Foxworthy in the portrait. Arr, arr, I love the faces. Huh? 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 What? Arr. Looks angry. Arr. Hmm? Yeah, there we go. It's got that like, huh? What are you talking about? Look. Kuzlins. Like I said, you're forced to be a Kuzlin, but you could pick your first name. What should I name him? Velis. Velis Kuzlin.
I have lost the spell.
How do you do?
Oops, where's my head?
Oops, where's my head? Alright, I think I'll stick with that one. I know what the other ones sound like.
Greetings. Well, that didn't work. My weapon isn't working.
Greetings.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Greetings. Right, casting. Focus.
Cocky. Yeah, I'll stick with cocky. Oh, for people, by the way, for people watching, sorry I'm not talking a whole lot. I am looking at everything. Uh, you could skip a lot of this, and it'll auto pick everything for you. It'd probably just put like another point in here, or a point in the combat tactics. I guess I give a quick rundown of everything. Go back here. You could pause it, read it if you want. But obviously, each one, some of it's self-explanatory. Like strength gives damage, accuracy, uh, dexterity, which is it's kind of like, while it does affect certain weapons and dual wielding, it's also like a stat for the tanky people in this game. You actually kind of want dexterity for your tank characters, for dodging, for damage negation, if you're going to be a tank. And I think I want to be. That's why I chose 16. Willpower has everything to do with mana and stamina regen. And I think that's pretty much all that. Yeah, that's pretty much all that does. That's just bigger mana and stamina pools and stuff, regeneration and whatnot. Magic is pretty self-explanatory. Increases the potency and stuff of your spells. Oh, it also makes your potions and poultices effective too, but to each his own. Cunning. Uh, right. This is like says mostly for rogues. Cunning does a lot in this game, I think. Because it affects dialogue. It affects some of the things you can do with dialogue. It also, like you said, it affects herbalism and yeah. See, like you need cunning for herbalism in combat tactics, and then constitution. Obviously, it's your beefiness, your defenses, and obviously, I wanted constitution. I don't know what stats I'll raise. I probably won't raise dex beyond that. In fact, that'll probably go up before I do anything, and then maybe that too. Depends on that. That's that. Okay, quick overview. This is pretty much your effects dialogues in the game. It gives you the ability to either intimidate or persuade people, depending on your character. Could be very useful for getting things you want or having them do things that you would want them to do. If you're going to be a sneaky character, theft, obviously, you can pickpocket people, I think, steal from them. Master trap, yeah, traps and lures for various creatures. That way, if you want to rely on trapping as opposed to just running up and smashing them in the face, which is what I'm gonna do. I might take skills in this. This is survival, and essentially just increases your creature detection. But it also gives bonuses to nature and physical, which is going to be could be really useful. But I also want to make potions, and that's what herbalism is all about. Potions and bombs, I think. Oh, maybe just potions. Yeah, poison making is bombs, and which I'm not going to mess with in this game too much. I don't care. I'm going to be tanking. I also want to take that because there's a specific quest early in the game that I know you can do with that. Combat tactics. And that increases your amount. Like, one of the things about this game is that it's very strategic. You can pause the game and plan, like, everything your character does out in advance. However, and you can also program each character to do specific things based on conditions that you set. It's very detailed, and we'll get into more of that as we play the game. But essentially, this just increases the amount of specific conditions you can actually create per character. So, like, if you rely heavily on the strategy, and you switch between characters a lot, and you want to make sure that when you switch characters that each character does what you want them to do, this is really helpful. I probably will take some points in it. Oh, and this is, this is just makes your melee better, and then we will be taking points in that. And I'm going to take my first point in herbalism. I don't know how many you can actually get, so honestly, it'll be this, probably in this is my focus, and then if I have enough to go into any of this, I will. If not, I'm not going to worry about it because it's not like it's the end of the world if I don't take these. As a warrior, you always get shield bash. I'm not going to go over all the abilities. We'll go through a lot of them as we get them. I'll just go over the trees. This is your generalized passives and buffs for your warrior. You're probably going to want to take this one. To start. Always. Just because it reduces your fatigue penalty with wearing armor and stuff, and that's important. It makes, I think it affects your stamina drain when you're fighting, and that's very important. You want that. You're gonna want this eventually. Precise striking is really good, but excuse me. Precise striking is good. We'll probably will get it eventually. Not because I want it. I want taunt and I want disengage. Actually, no, I don't. I thought disengage was. Actually, disengage is really good if you need to break out of combat to heal, but you probably won't use it much. Ah, so this is like a buff. Like, yeah, precision striking. So it's like if you're like a two-hander and you suck at hitting things. Yeah, I said I wasn't gonna go through all this, and we're not. We're not. A lot of these are really useful. We're probably gonna take most of these. We're definitely gonna take all of these because these are just these you must have these to have a really good warrior. They're all most of them are passive and threaten I need for being a tank. The trees are kind of self-explanatory. Dual weaponry, dual strike. Dual wielding. All that shit. Archery, pretty self-explanatory. Two-handed weapons down here, and then sword and borders, which is what we're gonna do. Shield pummel's good if we need a second attack, but I'm gonna get shield block, just so it's gonna increase my ability with shields. That's gonna increase my defense right now. Plus, it's gonna lead into stuff like this. Shield cover. Improves the chance of deflecting missiles, which is really good if you're fighting a lot of archers. I don't know if that works against mages. If it is, then that's effective for mages too. But I don't think it works. I think that's like archery and maybe thrown stuff. But ultimately, yeah, probably going to take all of these. Probably going to end up taking a lot of stuff from, in this tree. But then there's also later your characters, each class can specialize in this game. And when they specialize, they can do specific things. Like, I can be anti-mage, or I can be DPS, or you mean more tanky than I am just having tank abilities. And we'll see, because it'll be a while before we can do that. But when we do, we'll decide then. But it'll probably be whatever makes my tanking better. Normal, hard. I'm not sure I want to do any of these yet. I'm going to go normal just because it's been a long time. I haven't played the game in forever. And here we go. And I apologize, I don't have subtitles on. So, you're going to have to listen. I'll be quiet. I promise.
For generations, your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True, though we both had less grey in our hair then, and we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pup, I didn't see you there. Hal, you remember my son?
I see he's grown into a fine young man. Pleased to see you again, lad.
Right. And you...
My daughter Delilah asked after you. Perhaps I should bring her next time.
Excuse me. I
Good.
like that.
She goes on about your prowess as a warrior. I think you have an admirer, young man.
At any rate, Pup, I summoned you for a reason. While your brother and I are both away, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle.
I'll do my best, father. Yeah, whatever.
Now, that's what I'd like to hear. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Kuzland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
Yeah, I probably know more about them than you do. But yeah, I know.
Not permanently, I fear.
Without their warning of the Darkspawn rising now, half the nation could have been overrun before we'd had a chance to react. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your son is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is one of my sons we're talking about.
Dad, I could speak for myself. I think I like the idea, Father.
I've not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone?
Of course.
In the meantime, find Fergus, and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me. Upstairs in his chambers, no doubt, spending some last moments with his wife and my grandson. Be a good lad and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
Alright. Yeah, we're getting all these quests, new codex, which the codex is all about the history. It's good, it's giving you information about stuff. See, like High Ever, there was something about Duncan, and it's talking about all these characters and stuff. And wow, this game looks so good, so pretty. I'm just surprised because I actually expected the graphics to be kind of crappier after all this time, but really they're not. It's not bad at all. I even like the armor and stuff in this game. It looks cool. I don't care too much for what I'm currently wearing. It's not bad, but like this guy, I like this guy's armor. This guard's got some pretty cool looking armor. Excuse me again, jeez. Felt like vacuum cleaner just turned on inside my chest. I'm probably gonna call it there, just because I want to turn the hat. Hold on, what's this over here? Oh, it's just okay. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here, and when we come back, there should be subtitles. We're gonna go find Fergus. Hey, he moves pretty fast too. Nice. What's this? It's been a while. Because I know you can move like this too, which can be very helpful. And you can pause the game by hitting space. But yeah. We're definitely going to be coming back playing some more of this. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode. I most certainly did. And I will see everybody later. Peace.